me log into Facebook real quick. I've had a good day with Merlin. Merlin's rocking out. Seriously, Merlin's doing great. I I honestly I wonder how long of a distance I can get that dog to do a reverse retrieve. He's he's freakishly he's a freak. He's a freak. Like once he gets it, he sort of gets it. So I think that if I just keep walking back, man, I might be able to have him do thousands of feet. Like he's pretty awesome. Um, Today too with Merlin, I keep flipping into these days where I'm seeing the dog acting totally normal. Like if the owner, if you see this, man, I'm saying like March 24th. He's gonna be longer here than just about every dog that I've ever trained except for Pharaoh, which Pharaoh had really severe separation anxiety. What's up, Tox? And but hey, Freddie, what's going on? Um, he's gonna be here a long time. It's a real long time. But man, I like the dog. The dog's amazing, and I really don't want. I want everything to work out for this guy for sure. There's a kid in the house too, so I don't want them to have any problems. Um, I'm trying to go on supporters only. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing a live video. I'm on Facebook. I've been streaming on Facebook. I might as well. I got the two phones now. Maybe I can get like a better following. I got about 60,000 followers on my Peter King dog training page. It's not terrible. Um, so me and Destiny, we went to Home Depot. She had to get some cinder blocks. She's for her room. It's like this sort of installation, art installation, interior design sort of thing going on. And so she's uh, given one area like an industrial look. So she wanted to get some cinder blocks. So we went to Home Depot to get cinder blocks, and I wanted to get some spray paint. I got that, and also I needed what are those PH2s or whatever they are, for the for my drill. Like if I don't have a Phillips head bit for my drill, it sucks, and I'm running around looking for it. That's one of those things that I'll be looking for, or the tape measure, and it's just like waste time. Got a tape measure. I got 3 or 4 of them in this house, and like I'll need it, and I can't find one. Speaking of that, I don't know why I'm looking for it. Like I just went it. Destiny's downstairs on the room she's working on, and she's using the iPhone to measure something. I know that this exists. Why am I looking for a tape measure? I don't need a tape measure. I got an iPhone. It reassures me that I don't have Alzheimer's because I just don't know where I set the shit down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like that's the description I heard. It's like that's not dementia or anything. Dementia is like when you forget what the object's for. It's not where you put the scissors, right? It's you forget what the scissors were for. It's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. I knew somebody that had that got also, man, she's a real sweet woman too. It really sucked. It was gut wrenching watching her, diminish. So sad. But Yeah, I mean, and I get these bad eyes, right? This is the truth. When I go looking for something like that, I have like a light, and I'm using I swear to God, man, you get old, you get blinder. Like I didn't need glasses until I was 40. I don't need glasses far away. I need glasses sort of in the house, like reading something or reading a menu or something, like reading glasses. But I start looking for something in the house, and it's just like I can't find it. But if I get like the headlamp, I can find it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't forget about what I'm looking for. Do you know what I mean? Thank God. I hope I don't get that shit, and I hope nobody else gets it too, because it sucks. It really sucks. I don't want to end up in a place for mom, and I don't have any money, so my place for mom would be state owned. Be horrible. It would. That wouldn't happen. I would, it's like either it's sad, like you want as much time as you want, but you might forget how to load the thing. Any tips on how to stop a schnauzer getting really hyper and barking when passing other dogs on the lead? I lead the walk. He's at my side. He seems nervous a lot. He barks a lot when people visit. Well, you have training issues, clearly, right? So you need to step up training flat out. Do you let your dog on furniture or sleep in the bed or anything like that? But answer that question. But if it's a trained dog, you have no conditioned in, and well, that's the problem that you have. Dogs that sleep in bed and the bed are leash reactive. You're never going to get a handle on the dog. Letting the dog on furniture and letting it sleep in your bed. I'm sorry, I wish I had better news, but that's just the facts. Man, I'll tell you what, everybody that contacts me with leash aggression, I ask them that question. Yeah, I let the dog sleep in my bed. Sorry. So you're never really going to get a handle on the dog unless you stop doing that. But you have the other issue that the dog really isn't trained. So, because if it was properly trained and it was at heel and it was doing something improper, you say no, it stops, because no is conditioned in. And no is conditioned in like during a board and train, because you drill the dog, and when the dog screws up, you say no, right? So it gets conditioned in. So if you get a refusal with the dog, you say no and repeat the command. I'm not making this up. About somebody was on the live stream. It was one of the reasons I'm like, I was furious with this person. It's not okay to have your dog sleep in the bed. I can't control you. It's, you know, do you know what I'm saying? What's your damage? Um, what do Peter? What's Peter think of prong colors? I think that it's a training tool that delivers high pressure, and they're used to train the dog. They're not something that you keep on the dog all the time. So that's what I think. But I see people that just like keep using them and using them. If it's possible to train my cat in a significant amount, I have an orange tabby that lives on autopilot, no meowing. Yeah, you can train your cat. My cats can come to me, here. Come here, Buck Buck. They come running, both of them. Kittles is real young. She picked up on it real quick. I used to have Buck sit for me for photography. Um, so, yeah, they can be trained, definitely. Um, I mean, if I go downstairs, all I have to do is call both their names and they come running. Do you use prong collars? Um, didn't I just answer the question? Not really, but I don't have any problem with them. I use a buckle collar mostly. Do I use them? I said it's a collar that delivers a type of pressure that's pretty high, okay? And usually, the way that I train dogs, it isn't needed. Do I have a problem with it? Not really. Somebody's using a prong collar properly, a dog trainer. But if you have a prong collar on your dog, for its whole, yeah, I think that, yeah, I have a problem with that. Listen, prong collars go around the circumference of the neck. So if they're on properly, it's not choking the dog or anything. Where a slip chain, if it's on wrong, will choke the dog. That's where it got that nickname, choke chain. But that was my dad's go-to training collar, was a slip chain. I can use them real good. But the problem is if I use them, I put them on a client. I don't, they're just not dummy proof enough. You gotta know what you're doing. So I don't have any need for the prong collar. Now, with that said, I'll use a Star Mark collar, which is like a plastic. It's kind of made the same way, like a martingale, but it has sort of like, it's, like that, but it's way less pressure than a prong. But I don't have any problem with it. I've used them before, not in years though. I don't really see, I use buckle collars a lot. Where's the best place to buy raw food for my dog? In the grocery, you get chicken and you smash it. You don't buy pre-made pet food. You don't know what's in it. And anybody that's making pet food puts fibrous plant material in it to save money. So wake up. And don't buy pet food from somebody that, like, you don't know what's in it. It may be good, it may be bad, but you don't know. You should know what's in it. I've seen those leather pinch collars from. Yeah, I have one. I don't really like them though. What do you think of those? Are they the same as normal? They sort of work the same, but it's more like a well, it's, you use it sort of like a slip chain, and then on the inside of the leather collar, it has prongs on it. I don't really like them. They don't slip good enough. It's not preferred, but there's a lot of, it's just, and the prongs are really, really sharp. I don't find that necessary. What dry food would you recommend if you can't feed raw? Why can't you feed raw? Can't you go buy chicken leg quarters in the grocery store? But that would be Abity. I would recommend Abity dog food. They're out of Poughkeepsie, New York, and I would use the granular. Watch out, your dog will get fat on it though. That, and that's the only one I would use. I certainly wouldn't be using a grain-free. Okay. What was the last thing I ate? Potato chips. Potato chips. I had potato chips about 10 minutes ago. And then before that, what did I? Oh, and a smoothie. I had smoothie left over, so I consider that eating, and that was a lot of spinach and some a banana, strawberry. It was mostly spinach. It was a spinach smoothie. I like to make those. And I will be growing spinach in the garden this year again. I'm into smoothies. It's an easy way to, like, eat a salad. But I'll probably have a salad later because I have romaine in there and I'm going to make a salad. I might boil up some of Kaki's eggs, my duck's eggs. They're great eggs. She makes great eggs. Duck is awesome. She's awesomely friendly. Kaki the duck. I didn't eat my pigeon's eggs. They're too small and I felt weird about it, It's Remy's eggs. Does infinity exist in our universe? I'm not arrogant enough to answer that. I can't answer that question. And that's our universe. That's right. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, I do not know what it is. Yes, I've ate quail egg. I like quail egg on uni, sushi. I like it on top of, looks like something that you'd be eating in Star Trek, like Worf would be eating it. But he likes prune juice, as I remember. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He says it's the drink of a warrior, prune juice, which prunes are pretty tasty. They are. We have prune butter down there because they were out of apple butter. I like it. I like it. I think it's as good as apple butter, really. I don't know. It's about the same level. Love it. It's real good. Um, yeah, it is sea urchin. Uni is sea urchin, and you can get it with a quail egg on top. It's weird looking, but it's tasty. It's sea urchin roe, as I remember. I had scrumptious. Remind me of why we are here. Yeah, you had fried eggs. I fried some eggs the other day. Uni is raw sea urchin, yes. But isn't it? Is it sea urchin or is it sea urchin roe? PL. You might know better than me. I don't know. I just order it and eat it. It might be just sea urchin, right? They just like scrape that thing out and that's what you eat. Yum. Yum. Um, who's my favorite band? I answered that earlier. The band. I like the band. If anybody's going to ask that question, but I mean, there's a lot of good music out there. Not really into the Beatles. Somebody asked me about the Beatles. I'm not really into them. Come on, man. It's just so mainstream and streaming shit. Like, you know, I don't know. The Beatles. Um, do I like Captain Beefheart? I cooked Beefheart recently. I did. I have some more down there I might cook. That is really a lean meat. I cooked it in the, I like the stone, sure. What's up, one Sean Bond? I cooked it in the crock pot, and it was pretty good. Could a dog ever be happy on a sailboat? Yeah. Listen, dogs, I've never met a sad dog. I met sad owners. Okay? So you could take your dog wherever you want to go, with the exception of, I don't know, places that a dog might not want to be. I mean, you might want to keep the dog down below when it's sunny, and be careful that you're watching the dog because it falls off, right? You might not be able to find the dog. I know Jim Lady, this teacher I had at the Art Institute, told a story about he had this dog he loved. It was a cattle dog, I think, and or an Australian Shepherd, one of the two. And it would be in the back of his truck, and he was traveling like somewhere with in the Southwest. He got someplace and his dog was missing, and he thinks that like the dog jumped out of the truck to take a pee and didn't get back in time. That's your fault. Jim passed away recently. He was an awesome guy. He was a really awesome guy. But you should know better. That could happen on a boat real easy. Be careful. Be real careful. They aren't expendable, you know. And could you imagine your dog is in the ocean and you can't find your dog? And it's going to tread water until it can't. What do you think? Why do you think all purely positive trainers are against I don't care about what purely positive trainers think. I just don't give a shit. Why? You sound like you're a purely positive dog trainer, to tell the truth. Yeah, the questions you're asking. What do I think about prong collars and stuff? Jesus Christ. I think a dog needs to learn no, and it needs to be conditioned in. I don't really care what purely positive dog trainers think, because they're all horrible. ABC Food Training School, give me a break. There was a family who found a dog in a life jacket in the middle of the sea, and she had jumped off the boat. She was reunited, though, but lucky she was found. You know, that's a story where you wish that she wasn't reunited, because the owner clearly was careless with the dog. You know, little Jack Russell. Do you ever let your dog on a sofa and pet him, or is this a? I said this. You don't have your dog on furniture, okay? You don't sleep with your dog on a bed. And listen up, lab partners. You don't give unearned affection. You don't just start petting the dog because it's cute. You screw up the dog in ways you don't even know. All right? It's called unearned affection. Dog's on the floor, all four on the floor, man. You can't have the dog next to you. If it's next to you, you're sitting in a chair and it's next to you at heel. It's doing good. You can pet it. Good boy. But you just want to pet the dog because it's cute. Your dog will be a mess, and I bet you have a dog, and I bet it's a mess. That's what I think. Some tips on resource guarding. Hang on. I don't know how this thing works on Facebook. I don't know. It's not working. Well, my tip is to get your dog trained. And if it's resource guarding, it's not trained. And I wouldn't leave the toy. I wouldn't give it. A dog doesn't need toys, first of all. So I don't know, what's it guarding? It's food. You know, they'll guard people too, because you're a resource. So you better get the dog trained, because you're talking about aggression, and it's your fault. It's your fault, man. Dog's resource. I've never had it. I would be. Come on. No dog's gonna do that with me. Yes, food. Well, is it with a human being that walks by, or another dog? I wouldn't stand for that. Really? I've never had a dog do that with me. I've had like clients come here and that's a problem, but that would just be like, I don't have a problem. I get asked about it. What do you mean you get asked about it? Are you a dog trainer? Not in 25 years or something. I've been bit. Caesar Milan gets bit because he's not a dog trainer, okay? Dog trainers don't get bit every day. They probably don't get bit at all. I was breaking up a dog fight and I got bit. I don't really care if you like a dog or a cat. Nobody's better or worse, dude. They're different, okay? Everything's unique on this planet, okay? No, I'm not a trainer, just my dogs are, the status is confused when a dog is like that, okay? And it shows lack of training. There's no tip that I can give you except that the dog isn't trained. The dog's not trained. Because if the dog was guarding something or growling, you would say no, it would stop. If the dog's trained, it's not going to growl at you. See the problem? It's doing something improper. That's why you have conditioned in the word no. No means to the dog it's doing something wrong or it's in the wrong position. What's the best car you've ever had? I've never had a nice car. Ever. I've never had a nice car. Certainly not my Honda that's out there right now, because that thing burns oil. Like, my dogs are compliant. People ask dogs, Good call. Dog's not trained. Good. Yeah, they're just not. It's a lack of training. The reason why we have so many dogs being put down, okay? Improper training, lack of training, or no training at all. That's it. Because if dogs were trained, they wouldn't be ending up in shelters. They wouldn't end up in backyards if they were compliant. People don't get it. People think they get it. They do. They think that they get dogs because dogs are everywhere, except Antarctica. They're everywhere on this planet, everywhere. Do you have any art in galleries or for sale? Nothing's up in a gallery right now, but everything's for sale. I was going to show some of my stuff. I just don't feel like doing it. I have some photo collages. There's stuff online you could buy. There's like artsy.net. You could buy it from the gallery. You could buy it. Most people don't buy art though, so it's it's just one of those things. This is how it is. But I forgot. How's the mermaid sound? It's sort of stalled out. It's sort of stalled out, but it's like it could be finished in like a couple days. Something like that. It looks pretty good. There's another one that goes along with it that I'm making a smaller mermaid that's going to be like doing this action. It's like a mermaid that's about that big. It's going to be doing this, but no arms. Destiny said, oh, like the front of a ship. Yeah, it's front of a ship like that. It's going to, tail will undulate and stuff. I don't know. Mermaid's going good. But what's really going good is my green screen stuff. I'm really loving that. I got backdrops ready to go. They're all done. I just have to film some stuff. I'm doing something with Destiny. We're doing something with Cleophas that I'm really looking forward to. It would be cool to see a diver with it or something. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. Don't worry about it, Taxi. I did an underwater piece at Jack the Pelican in Brooklyn. There was a diver in it. And then I had like a bubble machine, so it looked like it was, and I had this water effect. It was an installation, a fish. What's my favorite color? I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite color. Tan. My favorite color is tan. No, I don't have a favorite color. I don't know. I can't think of one. Opinion on Russia. I think that Putin's a jerk and that it's a shame and it's going to be World War III if this keeps up. That is a country, that is a they have an election there. That is a country of its own. It isn't Putin's. And Putin's ego, he wants to just take it? That's not right. He's just going in there and just taking Ukraine? That's wrong. That's just like, where does he get off doing this? And we're talking about Putin, who is, the dictator for life, like China. And we're talking about a country that has free and fair elections. There's a guy that was voted into office there. That's what I think. I think Putin's like a lot of dictators. Does kibble dog food cause and problems for dogs? Yeah, it could. It's not going to help. But what's worse is, does your dog chew on sticks and stuff like that? That'll screw up your dog. I know China's backing Russia. Of course, it's two dictators. They're in there for life. Can you imagine? We had a president that wanted to do that. I like an election, and we did have a fair one. Whatever you want to think, it was certified by Republicans. So just because somebody says that, and we have a vice president just said, the last vice president just said, it was it was a fair election. Just because you have somebody that's in office that loses that says it isn't fair, doesn't mean that that's what happened. He wants their keratin. He's you know not a good guy. He's not a good guy. Putin. He's not. Anybody that. How long has he been in office right now? 35 years? He jails or poisons his opponents? What was it that China? Like he gets to be in charge of it for life. That's not that's not a fair and free election. You know, it's not. It's ridiculous. It is. It is. It is ridiculous. What's Russia got going for them? Young people are probably, um, just or what? Are you gonna like say enough of this? We want the guy out. That's all you can hope. But it's definitely not a fair election. It's definitely not fair. What am I gonna make for dinner? Um, so here's the deal. Vladimir was president between 1999 and 2008. That's 8 years. Then his third and fourth term, which he made it so that he can have more terms, which I find outrageous. Um, 9 years. That's 2012 to the present. It's 9 years and 290 days. But he passed some kind of law where he can just have it as long as he wants. And they're not having fair elections over there when you jail your opponent or poison your opponent. You know, I mean, it's outrageous. If I was over there as an artist, I don't know what would happen to me, to tell you the truth, because I got a big mouth. But they jailed Pussy Riot. He jailed Pussy Riot. How many, you say if you're a journalist and you're over there and you say something against him, you're going to get snuffed. You could get snuffed. And that happens all the time. Not good. Not good. There's countries where, it's just like you don't have freedom of speech. You better watch your ass. Right now, we still have freedom of speech. Things could change real quick. So, um, you know, uh, be careful. Oh, they called him ugly. That's why they did it. He um, he banned the USA, New York-based religion, and the JWs They were in prison and their churches or halls have all been taken. Putin, no religious freedom. Yeah, there's no religious freedom over there. It's outrageous. Listen, I think religion is ridiculous, but it's everybody's right to believe what they want to believe. You know, that's just how it is. To put your will upon somebody, you know, you can't think that is outrageous. It is disturbing. You're right. There's a lot of these countries I wouldn't want to live in. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Russia. I I really feel for the Ukraine people, and they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. You know they're gonna fight. And Slavs going against each other. It's gonna be knockdown, drag out. It is not gonna be. They're not gonna roll over for Vlad. It's it's really I had a friend who visited Russia, and he told me about fun nightclubs and that people are different religions. They're just like here. Yeah, yeah, but it's not open. It's not open. I've heard an interview of there's gay nightclubs over there, but it's not you not open. You can't marry if you're gay. You can't marry another dude or another woman. Oh, we were talking about China. Yeah, China is like really like hardcore. Um, yeah, Ukraine has a really bad corruption problem, but you know, compared to Russia, you know, um, and they have children training with wooden guns in Ukraine too. Just awful. I think that I haven't seen any of that, and so I'm going to remove your comment because it sounds like it sounds really like I'm not so sure about that. But there's old women that are going to go to war. There's old women that are going to go to war. I saw a grandmother that was saying she'll fight, and I don't blame her. People will fight for freedom, being able to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You know, they will. They'll fight. I don't blame them, man. I, I, I feel for these Ukrainian people. I know about the Russians already have school with artillery. They and tried to make it sound like it was the Ukrainians. They're doing this false flag shit. It's really weird. It's just horrible. You know, it's really horrible. You know, we'll blow up a car and say that it was the Ukrainians going after Russians that live in Ukraine and stuff. It's just, you know, Vladimir. It's all his ego. Like, he needs more. He doesn't have enough. I'm sure that they are. They're Slavic and they're not going to belly up for Vlad. They want to be free. Yeah, 8 years. Well, wait a minute. 8 years ago, they annexed Crimea. And how they did this, how Vladimir did this was he had his people go in there without insignia on and just go in there and take Crimea. And now, you know, so, what's really been going on? What's really been going on is Vladimir 8 years ago started making his move in the Ukraine by taking Crimea. He annexed Crimea. This is mine. And now he's doing it to other areas in the Ukraine. Germany said today, screw your gas pipeline. We don't want it. I don't blame them. And the price of everything's going to go up around the world. And it's going to be a drag. But what are the choices? Certainly, you back the democracy. I think this guy's a troll, so I'm just going to get rid of him. Yeah, it's power related, right? It is. It's power related. It's like he's aging. He wants, a lot of people are gonna die when this goes down. It looks like it's going down. I can't believe that we had somebody in office that thought that he was great because he said that he was a genius. It's disgusting. It is. I'm sorry, but what happened to my old party? Have I been painting recently? Yeah, on something, a three-dimensional object. I have been. I'm always working on something. It's more or less like a prop or costume for this video film thing. God, it's 6:15. I had such a great day training Merlin today. It was great. I hope it doesn't break out either. But I don't think Putin's going to give anything up. And he already took more. He's just like, he's lying to his people. He controls the news over there. It's screwed up. All you can hope is that the news gets out because they have the internet over there. But that happened in China too, years ago. It got out and Chinese government squelched that. There's no democracy over there. The guy's in there for life. You don't have freedom in either of those countries. I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't sound like fun. It doesn't. It sounds horrible. That's a troll. That's an idiot. I don't know. Hell, I stream later. I gotta go do some stuff. I just came up here to see what was going on. At least sometimes. I'll live stream later. The USA? Why? What's the point? We're not in a war with them. The Ukraine is. Of course, we have the better military. What do you think? I'm missing my hoodie strings. Who cares? Can we talk? Yeah, we can talk about worms later, sure. That was disgusting, wasn't it? Have I ever been on a plane? What do you think? What do you mean, have I ever been on a plane? Who hasn't been on a plane? A better question would have been like, have you ever been on a Greyhound bus? And the answer to that is yes, too. Have I ever been on a plane? That's just ridiculous. Tell me about hours. Oh man, don't talk about that. Oh no, I don't want to hear about that, PL. Don't talk about that. That's gross. Have I ever been on a plane? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Thank you for getting them, whoever got that. I don't know what that is. It's some kind of bot, right? Um, who hasn't been on a plane? I'm 58 years old. I was in the military. I've been on a helicopter. That would have been a better question. Have you ever been on a helicopter? Doesn't everybody get on a plane at some point? I don't know anybody that's never been on a plane, I don't think. I don't think. No, I've never been to the UK. No, I've never been to Europe. I gotta go. I'll see you guys. Thanks. Thanks, Sean Hartman. Yeah, I guess. But I'm 58, man. The older you are, the more chance you're going to have to go on a plane. The last time I was on a plane, I went to Tasho. I was on Tasho and I don't like it, and I was flipped out about it. It's the truth. All right, see ya.